Okay, this segment is on a whole range of desexing programs, and we're going to start off with Sylvana Wenderhold, the Director of the National Desexing Network, who's going to explain to you how that's working. Would you please welcome Sylvana?
Good afternoon. I must say that listening to Dr. Nutter, Jeff, I get really excited because I'm very obsessed with desexing myself. 20 years ago, I moved to Canada, and that was the first time ever in my life that I learned about overpopulation. And I was in shock, and I decided that that's what I wanted to do with my life. I wanted to focus on desexing, and I haven't sort of looked back since. I lived in America as well, where I worked in a mobile clinic, and those were the days that was just really excited, trapping animals at night and desexing them in the day. It was rocking up with the mobile unit. It was really, really exciting. These days, things are a lot tamer for me, but still focusing on desexing. So I will tell you about the National Desexing Network right now. The National Desexing Network was formed in 2005 after the Animal Welfare League of Queensland got a bequest, and the benefactor asked if we could use the funds solely for desexing as a means to reduce the number of healthy cats and dogs being euthanized. At the time, I had been to America and met with Esther Meckler, who started Spay USA, and that program has been running for about 18 years and is really, really successful. So I decided that we should model it on Spay USA, and that program is now known as NDN, National Desexing Network. It's solely run by volunteers, and therefore the costs are very, very low. We only have phone bills and postage, etc., which, now that the original funds have been depleted, as they should, are picked up by the Animal Welfare League of Queensland. So the only beneficiaries of NDN are Australia's cats and dogs. Now, it's quite a lot of you will probably be quite familiar with how it works, but we have a website. People, in 2009, we made it completely interactive, so people can go on our website and generate their own voucher. They can also call our number, 1300 number, and or they can send us an email. And if they qualify, so you have to have a healthcare or concession card to qualify, we find a vet in your area, and we will. You can then go to that vet with your voucher and pay the price and that you have decided to pay. Now, it's 7th year of operation. We have 160 vets nationwide, and we have desexed about 40,000 healthy cats, 40,000 cats and dogs. We also run the national. This is the voucher. Sorry. We also run National Desexing Month. Our first one was in 2004, but that was just locally here on the Gold Coast. And National Desexing Month is for councils, vets, and other shelter groups and rescue groups to promote desexing for a whole month. The month used to be August. We've recently changed it this year to July because of a conflict with Dental Month. We thought, great, you can have dental and desexing done at the same time, but the other vets didn't quite see it that way. So we decided to change it to July, which has been really good because it's generally a quieter month for vet clinics, and therefore perfect for a lot of desexing. Now, over the years, these are some of our posters, and we always have a different theme. Over the years, the campaign has really gained a lot of popularity, and in 2010, we managed to desex 1,400 cats and dogs during the month, so that was really great. Now, this was this year's campaign. I hope you've all seen it, because we do send it out to all vets, and we send 2 to every council, one for in the pound and 1 for in the council building. I'd like to thank Animals Australia very much. They're great supporters of National Desexing Month, and they sponsored this year's campaign. The tally hasn't come in yet, but we think it has been a great year again, and we anticipate that a lot fewer litters will hopefully be surrendered to shelters and pounds this spring. Now, we do keep stats through our computer system, and we find that people find NDN on the internet mostly, and through friends and family, and another great referral to NDN is the RSPCA. Our stats tell us that the top 3 places that people get their pets from are from friends, and family, and then from rescue groups, mostly stray animals. And the main reason why people desex their cat or dog is to avoid litters. The challenges. Now, when I hear Dr. Jeff Young speak, it sounds really, really exciting, and you know, there's all these exciting programs happening in America, but here things are a little bit tamer and calmer and a little bit, less sort of glass half full, kind of. So we do have 160 vets, but that is just not enough. That's only about 10% of all the clinics in all of Australia. So we would like to have more vets. We would like to have vets that give us a bigger discount. But we also understand that in this economic climate, it's very hard for vets to lower their prices and for people to pay. So we do have some challenges. We do manage to still help lots and lots of people, and some people are really very happy with a $20 discount. In the past, NDN has received donations from time to time, and this allows us to help people who, for instance, live in areas where there are no vets, because that's another one of our challenges, because some areas are very remote and obviously don't have any vets. We don't have a vet in that area. So when we do get donations in, we can pay for that surgery, and that is really wonderful. Also, there's always people who still cannot afford the already discounted price. And so when we do get donations, we really can help a lot more. And our 3 volunteers that man the phones do get very frustrated and disappointed when they can't help people. So if you have any money, send it our way. Now, that one. Okay, Joy has already stolen my thunder on this one a little bit, but on the Gold Coast, we have really done a lot of desexing. In 2001, we opened our community vet clinic, our first one, and we really focused on low-cost desexing. That's basically why we initially started it, and we have done lots and lots of desexing since then. Now, at that time, as Joe was saying, we would get about, there were days when we got 50, 60 kittens handed over the counter, and I just looked at it and thought, oh my God, this has to stop. So that's when we decided to start the Last Litter Fund. And the Last Litter Fund was designed to desex the mother cat or dog of every litter that was surrendered to us, to just stem the flow, stop it right there. And all the puppies and kittens that we then rehomed were obviously desexed as well. Now, we also saw that a lot of animals that were impounded, because we run the pound for the Gold Coast City Council, that they were all undesexed. So we felt it was really wrong to send them out back into the community to then again get out of their yard to find a mate most of the time undesexed. So we decided to start a pound desex fund and desex those animals free of charge too. In 2004, we started National Desexing Month, and 10 vets have since joined us and promote that on the Gold Coast as well. And then we started the National Desexing Network. So we made it very, very hard for people on the Gold Coast to not desex their animal. Recently, we have introduced the Breeders' Permit program, thanks to Joy and her tireless collaboration with stakeholders. And so that's fantastic. And also now kittens on the Gold Coast have to be desexed prior to sale or transfer from 8 weeks onwards. And currently, as Joy already touched on as well, is that we have a $40 desexing going on for people who cannot afford it. And we don't really sort of draw the line at people who have pension or concession card. If we feel that they are needy, we will supply them with a voucher for $40 for desexing, or we will even do it for free. And but the standard price is $40 for a female cat, every additional female cat $25, and males for $25. So we really think that this has made a huge impact, and we want to congratulate the Gold Coast City Council for their forward thinking and their dedication to getting to zero on the Gold Coast. Now, Joy has already touched on this as well, but in our city, which is a population of about 550,000 people, we have in the last 5 years seen a 44% drop of kittens that we get. Really, we are quite under control. We can, in the city of the Gold Coast, we can really find homes for every kitten or puppy that comes in. But because we want to strive to do better always, We also take in a lot of animals from Ipswich, Logan, and Scenic Rim, that sort of areas, so that we always fill every available space that we have and we save more lives. So we were very proud that we can do that, and we're also very proud of our achievements on the Gold Coast. Now, our future plans. This one. We really hope that we can somehow persuade councils to put more money into desexing programs, so that they obviously, when you look at this slide, everybody would agree that prevention is better than using that horrible bottle, destruction. So we want to try to persuade councils to allow in their budget for desexing, and also we want to encourage. We also want to encourage other councils, shelters, and rescue groups to initiate desexing programs, which we already see happening a lot. And we use our Facebook page to really promote these. And people really read our Facebook page a lot and share it around as well. So at the moment, there's some really great desexing programs, especially for cats, and they're all around the $40 mark. And from, for instance, Cat Protection Society, New South Wales, animal rights and rescue groups, AWL New South Wales just started one in their St. George Sutherland branch. Friends of the Pound, Maryborough, Lena Valley, Cat Rescue in Sydney, they all have really great, cheap programs happening at the moment. And I really want that to be the future of NDN, so that it's not only vets that we can refer people to, but that we have a whole network of all these programs out there that offer low-cost desexing. And it's not that hard. I'm just going to be reading Olga's presentation in a minute, and they have an op shop, and that's what has generated all the funds for desexing in their area. And really, if you break down the cost of desexing and have the owner pay a little bit, the council or the shelter or the rescue group pay a little bit, and the vet offer you a bit of discount, then it's quite manageable. And you know, the benefits of obviously desexing so many animals is phenomenal, and I think that's where we're going to get ourselves out of this huge problem, just through desexing. Okay, and like Gita said, like Joy mentioned before, NDN is a program that belongs to everyone, to the welfare community. It's not just AWLQ, so we always encourage suggestions, and we want to improve our services. So come and see me if you have any better solutions for NDN. And one day, I hope that NDN becomes obsolete and we can do some more fun things with our lives. So, thank you. Now you're going to have to listen to my funny accent a little bit longer, because I'm going to be reading the Hunter Animal Watch presentation as well. Olga couldn't be here this year, unfortunately. So Hunter Animal Watch is a registered charity that was formed in 1998 in response to a huge number of unwanted companion animals killed in pounds and shelters. So they aim to stem the flow by offering subsidized desexing. The target group is pensioners and the unemployed. In New South Wales, they have a lifetime registration for both cats and dogs. The fees are $150 for undesexed dogs and cats, $40 for desexed cats and dogs, and $15 for desexed cats and dogs that are owned by a pensioner. So it's obviously really worthwhile to get your animal desexed in New South Wales. They work in the Lower Hunter Valley in New South Wales with 5 council areas. The estimated human population in the 5 areas is 500,000. So very similar to the Gold Coast. They mostly deal with people from the three of the councils and far fewer in the other 2. Although they regularly ask the council for assistance, very little comes their way from that source. Their funds come from a charity shop, which is situated on a busy city street and is well stocked with ever-changing bric-a-brac and such things, pet accessories, clothes, things like that. The shop is small and very friendly. Dogs who know about their treats will never pass their door without a visit. Extra services they offer in the shops are $2 pet ID discs, because it's obviously the quickest way to reunite pet and owner. And 2 of the volunteers are now accredited to microchip. Commonly, they help desex 150 to 180 companion animals each month Frequently, the number of cats exceeds the number of dogs. Since 1998, we have given financial help to spay and neuter over 22,000 animals. Just with an upshot, it's fantastic. As far as vets are concerned, when we first began, we approached vet clinics to see if they would give them a discount, but now they find that it's the other way around. Vets often approach Hunter Animal Watch. Around 35 vets participate in the program, so owners can be assured that there's always a vet conveniently located near them. Our vets, on average, give a 30% discount on AVA prices. The typical scenario would be that an owner calls them between 10 and 3 on Monday or Friday, although they call all the time. The owner is verified as a pensioner or low income or unemployed. Details of the animals are then taken, and a suitably located vet is selected, or a vet of the owner's choosing. Finance is then discussed, and the amount the owner would be asked to pay is established. A time is organized for with the appropriate vet clinic, and the owner is asked to arrive at the designated time with the animal and with the amount of money they have agreed to. They're seldom faced with an owner who can't make their way to the vet clinic because they don't have a car, because in dire straits they say they will help out. Hunter Animal Watch will drive the animal themselves, but most of the time people will get transport from a relative or a friend. Occasionally they fund the entire cost of desexing, because desexing the animal is paramount. Occasionally also they pay for the vet consult for a sick animal, but usually not the whole bill, because that's just beyond their means. At the end of each month, the vet clinic bills Hunter Animal Watch for the balance and each spay and neuter undertaken under the program, and this is paid straight away. The vets appreciate that they incur no bad debts in the program, and we are happy to maintain close and a good relationship with the vet. And Olga says roughly 35 vets are involved in the program, and some of them get more work than others because their prices are just really a lot better. We do very little advertising, as they don't need to. They're quite well known because of the shop, and they have a very eye-catching van. Flyers and posters are displayed in vet clinics, council offices, libraries, and so on. And council rangers are very helpful in giving flyers to owners who believe could use their service. Apart from the usual officers as required by law, this is just mainly about the structure of their organization. So they have 25 loyal volunteers in the shop, and they have a committee. The shop is very small and has a lot of ever-changing stock. The volunteers in the shop do not give any advice on ailments or issues. And let's see. So she says it works all really well, but there are still issues that are unaddressed or beyond the scope of their very small organization. For instance, outside the 5 council areas in which they work, there are no specific desexing services as theirs, and apart from the RSPCA shelter, which desexes animals before they go home to their new home. The kill statistics for pounds and shelters are not easily accessible. That's also a problem. Animals can be rehomed from council pounds undesexed still, so that's a big problem. And the shocking annual killing rate in New South Wales is an estimated 60,000 unwanted but healthy animals. We believe it is time the government, state and local, required mandatory pet desexing. And there's a pressing need for the local government to enforce the New South Wales Companion Animal Act. There is no point having an act which is meant for the benefit of animals, their owners, and the community generally if it's not applied by those empowered to administer it. There are rescue groups in their area, and their members rehome their animals. And that's basically what Olga has to say. I think it's a fantastic program, so thank you.